folks, welcome back. This could just be my shortest video ever because I am not 100% sure what's in this box. I know what I hope it is. I know what I think it is, just because I did break down and pre-order a Time for Battle, one booster box online. I overpaid because you pretty much have to, and I broke my rule of not overpaying for booster boxes. But I figured I wanted to open at least one box, and so I ordered it, and I think this is it, because a lot of times when you order online they will ship it a little early, and the release day is not till Friday. Today is Tuesday. I got it last night but saved this moment, and there it is. So with the way things are going, I'm not kidding, this might be my only booster box. Now, I have a local shop here that hangs on to product and sells packs. They usually limit to, to be honest, it's going down. It used to be 6 packs, now it's down to 4. So, and I have to drive a fair amount to go get it, so I don't do it nearly every day. But anyway, this is it. I'm gonna try and record this and upload it right away, because this is literally only the second time that I was able to get a hold of a box early. I wish I could all the time, obviously, but whoops. But I don't have any connections, and I don't go to the pre-release events. And this is starting off as chaos. I've dropped my scissors and my knife twice already. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I've said this before, but all the local shops, all their product goes to their players, and I don't play. I'm just a collector. I play very, very, very sparingly. And so yeah, so I'm usually ass out, just to put it bluntly, which is kind of sad. I asked, believe it or not, I asked ChatGPT. It knows the situation with One Piece and how scarce it is, and I said, well, what's some solutions? And it did say, I don't know if this is a model that it got from somewhere else, but it said, stores could just easily, hold some stock for collectors, allocate some for the gamers that go there, which they should, because, that's their loyal customers. But I'm just as loyal a customer. I just don't go in and sit down and occupy a table and play the game, So anyway, pack number 1. I am gonna scissor these, and I will slow roll at least several until we start seeing a lot of duplicates. It's a cool Sanji, Don Quixote do Flamingo, Speed Jill. I don't know what that is. It says Whitebeard Pirates, so yeah, you don't get to see a lot of the Whitebeard Pirates actually fighting. He was probably on the boat at Marineford or something. Hollowed Glacier Strike, assuming that's a Kuzan attack. McGuy, again, another one I've never heard of. Whitebeard Pirates again. Garp. I think the mapping is the same again. In other words, you can get anywhere from a 4-hit box to a 2-hit box. 4 only if you get the Gold Dawn. So if you get the Gold Dawn and you consider that a hit, you can get up to a 4-hit box. So yeah, this video is probably going to be going a little slower because I'm going to slow roll the packs at first, and I'm taking time to cut the packs. But anyway, back to my point. Yeah, ChatGPT said a store could easily, you know, take their allotment of cards and of course save some for the, ooh, I like it when the card sticks. Oh, not quite though. I think it was just my finger slipping. But, and then also save a fair amount or a certain amount for non-players, you know, people who don't play in their tournaments. And then I get it, like I've talked to a lot of shop owners, I get that their allocations go up when the tournaments have good attendance, when they have to log into the Bandai app, and that's how part of the way how Bandai decides how much to ship to everybody. But you know, honestly, that's kind of a mess too, because we all know right now Bandai could probably double their printing and still sell out. So they're way behind in, you know, trying to catch up with matching the actual product to the demand. Moby Dick, is there a card back there? Yep. Another one I don't know. Katrina Devon, Impel Down. Another Whitebeard Pirates. I mean, it's just telling you right now, I don't know a lot of the Whitebeard Pirates. I'm gonna have to brush up on that. But to be fair, I'm pretty much caught up. I'm maybe 10 or 15 episodes behind on the anime, because I watch at the pace of the dub, not I don't watch it in Japanese, so the dub is always about a dozen to 20 episodes behind or so. But yeah, I'm pretty much caught up, and I don't know where you would have learned the names of all these Whitebeard pirates unless you read the manga. Unless I missed something. Borsalino. The Bandai's thing where they do the lotteries too on their website, that for me is an epic fail. I mean, I must have thrown my name into the hat for about all of them. Let's just say all of them. I think there's been 6 or 8 different raffles, lotteries, and mine was, you know, I didn't win any of them. It's like where you register for a chance to, there's the first leader, for a chance to buy the product, and it's limit 1 per customer. If you win, your lottery number comes up and you win, then the first SR, right? Yep, Kinemon. You get, you know, to buy that product. And they did it for OP13, they did it for EBO3, they did it for several of the illustration boxes, they did it for Kami's Island, etc., etc. And I registered, like I said, for all of them, like 6 or 8 of them, and I got rejected on all of them. And if you do enough clicking, eventually you get to where it says how many were available. And I don't think any of them, maybe one of them was 1,000. Everything else was like in the hundreds. And you know, there's like 100,000 people trying to win those chances to buy. And so again, it's just another case of Bandai like grossly under printing. And you know, obviously it goes without saying they're trying not to flood the market to the point where the cards have no value because there's just so many of them out there. But let's be honest, they're not even coming close to that. They don't have to worry about that. They could literally double their printing and the card value will stay high, period. I mean, the demand is so insane right now. Maybe they're afraid that, you know, they're gonna adjust and then the demand will go down because people will move on to something else. But I think One Piece fans are pretty loyal, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna switch. I don't care if these cards were worthless. If they keep the quality up, I'm still gonna buy them and collect them. So no hits yet. So I did want to tell you, I broke down, opened, or bought a box again. I overpaid again, but let's just say I overpaid less than I could have. But I bought a box of the Azure Seas set, OP14. I think I paid $200 for it. As you know, MSRP is $120. They go for about $230 and up. So at $200, I was like, okay, I'll just buy one. And I got pretty much nothing. But I also opened a box of Kami's Island off camera. Wait, I'm sorry. I opened I bit the bullet and paid, I think, $220 for a box of EBO3 because I hadn't opened any, and I really didn't want to, you know, go the whole set without opening any. So yeah, I overpaid $220 or $225 online, and I was really biting my nails because when I buy online, I don't have necessarily a go-to vendor. I have a couple that I bought from before, and I kind of trust them, but nobody that I really trust. And as you know, even if it's a sealed box, a sealed booster box, it can still be, I guess you could say, dishonest, because someone could be opening cases, some store could be opening cases, and then once they know they got the case hit, the manga or the 2 SPs, they know the rest of the boxes are in a way dead boxes. They can still have alt arts, they can still have, you know, good stuff, but they don't have the big hits. In there. Is that the SEC? Yeah. Hate to say it, but SECs have just become way too common now, and it's not even the treasure rare, is it? No. But yeah, so the value on SECs is pretty low. It is a cool card though, art-wise. But anyway, so like I was saying, you can get dead boxes. A whole sealed box can essentially be a dead box. In other words, you have no chance of getting an SP or a manga out of it. So I always worry when I'm buying from stores I don't necessarily trust. But that said, and I wish I had it here to show you, but I don't. It's ready to actually already be sold. But I think I will try and bring it in, and if it doesn't sell before I make one more video, I will show you. But I pulled the Uta manga out of one box. So what the heck is that one? Oh, Zihahaha. That's a cool looking card, actually. Of course, I'm not I honestly don't know why he's so popular. But yeah, teaches. Yeah, he's just a POS, so I don't know why he's popular, but it's a cool looking card. So yeah, if you've been following me on this channel, you know that I went through a huge dry spell before I pulled my first manga. I was like, yeah, it was grim. I probably, you know, I'd have to go back and look at the videos because I've forgotten. You know, I used to try and count like how many cases worth I'd opened, and technically speaking, everyone seems to think that you get a manga every 2 to 3 cases. Well, I was somewhere around, man, 6, 7, 8 cases before I pulled my first manga. And then after that one came, which was the Law from OP10, things just kind of opened up. Man, I got my next one came in just, and the crazy thing is I used to open like a whole case, 15 boxes of OP9, you know, just basically roughly a case worth of say 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then right around 11 is where, you know, the scalpers started to come in and take over, and product got hard to find. So 11 is where it really fell off the cliff, and I was only opening like 3 or 4 boxes of each. Now it's down to like, I'm lucky if I can get 1 or 2 boxes, but that's cool. But yeah, oddly enough, when I switched to only opening a handful of boxes, my luck turned around, and I only opened like 2 boxes, 2 to 3 boxes, maybe it was 3, but I think it was 2 boxes of PRBO2. I got the Sanji manga. After that, my next one was Kami's Island. I think I only opened 3 boxes or so, and I got the Anel manga. Not only did I get a manga, but I got the more valuable one, not the Kobe. And then I opened literally only 1 box of EBO3, and I got the manga, Uta. So far, the only one I think. I already sold the Sanji. Not a big Sanji fan. I'm keeping the Trafalgar Law, and it is my first too, so my favorite is my first. And the Uta is already kind of spoken for. And Anel, the same guy that bought the Sanji, bought the Anel. It's a friend of mine who collects and gets them graded and whatnot. But so yeah, I didn't keep track of the exact math, but man, it went from just like literally depressing. Like, I would hear people complain that they've opened like 3 cases or 4 cases and never got a manga on YouTube and whatnot, and I'd be like, oh yeah, well, I've opened like 6 to 8 cases and never got a manga. But now my luck turned around, and to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be opening enough to keep that going. I mean, I can't stay that lucky, and I'm not going to be opening the volume it takes to keep getting them. So, and I've actually been thinking about not buying boxes. Maybe like this set, maybe just buying 1 to have the fun of opening it, and then the rest I will just buy singles, the ones I want, you know. But the sad thing is I'll never be able to afford to buy a manga, so that means I just won't get any, you know. And the only way I'm gonna get SPs that way is, you know, like if I lightning strikes and I do get a manga and I can sell it and then downgrade it to an SP. But yeah, I don't know. I just honestly just wish Bandai would print enough. That's a cool card. I miss the days of being able to walk into the store or the official Bandai stores and see 2 or 3 sets on the shelves. Yeah, that was a good time. Shanks. I guess she's shooting her love beam at you right there. Well, the little heart coming out. That's kind of a cool art. So 2 hits so far. I should conceivably be able to get at least 1 more. Packs are running out fast though. Yeah, if it sticks at just 1 alt art and 1 SEC, then yeah, it's not a good box, but oh well. Tama. It is pretty cool artwork for this set. The pack art and the box art. Kid Trafalgar. I might be crazy, but I don't think I've gotten a Dawn yet. I think so. They're all in the last like 6 packs or so. All 2 of them. I don't know what the Dawn looks like for this set. I've watched a couple box openings, so I'm sure I've seen it, but it didn't register. There it is. Let's see. Luffy, Inazuma, Crocodile, Ivankov. Is that Jinbei? Yeah. So yeah, like I said, you know, I already said this could be my only box, so you can probably make the assumption that I don't have a pre-order going or a confident line on some more cards, but I am gonna hit up a couple of places on release day and just see what happens. You know, sometimes I get lucky and I go where the crowd doesn't go and I'm able to get something. Oh, there's a 3-hitter. Kind of, not to be greedy, but that's kind of a lackluster 3-hitter. An SEC and an event alt art. And I don't even know what this other card is. What would you call that? Let's see. Yeah, it's 2 event. Got 2 event alt arts. And an SEC. And there could be a Gold Dawn in here still, so we'll keep going. I think I still have a Dawn to pull. So that would be pretty sick if it was a 4-hitter at least. I think that's the first time I pulled that one. I don't recognize the outfit. Land of Wano with shoulder pads and horns for Nami? That's a cool looking, for just an SR, that's really a nice art. It's a good looking card. Yeah, if that had texture, that'd be really nice. Alright, it's going to go down to the wire. One of these packs should have a Dawn, and it could still be a Gold Dawn. unless we missed it, unless I missed it, there should be a gold Dawn in this last pack. Or, excuse me, should be a Dawn in this last pack, and it could be a gold. Nope, I must have missed it. Either there's only one. Buggy, that's kind of a cool card too, though, actually. So, must have been towards the beginning and I missed it. Nope, I don't know. Maybe you guys caught it and I put it down somewhere in the wrong pile, but I think I only got one Dawn out of this box, but that doesn't make sense. Probably I missed it. In fact, between, you know, the odds of me missing one or them only putting one in, I probably missed it. But anyway, that's it. That was the last pack from the Time of Battle. Not too bad, 3 hits, but yeah, none of those hits is anything to get excited about. The ace will go right into my personal collection. The other 2, meh, I don't know. Those won't make it into my binders, so they'll just be trade bait, or I'll sell them or something. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can get some more, but I just don't know these days. Yeah, it's just become too hard to get a hold of product these days, unless you're a, you know, a local player and you get into the pre-release scene. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. See you in the next one.
Oh, the show's all done. That means we can finally have our tea. Farewell, friends.
Have a lovely day!